Hey, greetings, creepers. This is Dr. Leech, the Leech Doctor from DailyNightmare.com, and surprise, I'm opening yet something else again. This is something that I've been waiting for a little bit because it was part of a Kickstarter I supported a year ago, maybe? And it's from Menton Matthews Third. He had a this is a novel thing he's done for a couple of his shows. He did it for Catabases. He also did it for the Kindly Ones, and most recently they did it for the Salem show. This should be the Kindly Ones. This was a show he did with David Stoupakis, another one of the new dark figurative painters. And you know, and so I'm going to keep talking as I wield my knife. So the cool thing is, this show was at Last Rites Gallery in New York City. Fancy place. Really a lovely gallery. They do exactly the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, which is the dark, or at least pushing the boundaries of weird in an extremely tasteful, aesthetic way. Check the stuff out they do. Their curator right now is Casey Clayhorn, and he's really cool. Making the highfalutin world of New York art really accessible. He'll do like Periscope walkthroughs of the new shows. There's all sorts of ways of making artwork accessible to folks, which is the really cool one, which is a neat thing that's happening with the interwebs these days. Again, I'm not really opening, am I? So this is cool. This is a couple wonderful things. So one of the neat things that Menton does is allows them to fund art shows by in a sense pre-selling a book of all the pictures, pre-selling some artwork pieces. That this is a very novel way of using kickstarting crowdfunding. He now has since opened a Patreon site, which is lovely because he's got a variety of different kinds of gifts he gives back to the folks who support him. I support him. You might too. Oh, how nifty. Okay, so I'll show you this thing first. This is the book from the show. This will have cool. Nice. So another thing they do is that not every person who runs a Kickstarter crowdfunding thing does this, but they have a reasonable price for the things they are trying to make, because the folks who are supporting their Kickstarter are the folks who are supporting their vision. So they give them at a very good deal, and then when you reach different kinds of goals, they upgrade everybody's thing. Like we got all of us got black slipcase editions, which is not what I originally signed on for, which is very cool. I will now simply ruin the collectible value of this by dousing it in my own blood as I skewer myself. Oh, yes. So this is a lovely black slipcase saying "The Kindly Ones." It has a sort of a representation of one of David Stoupakis' pieces. Slides out wonderfully. And this is nice hardbound. And it reproduces all of the paintings, and it also has a long text. It has looks like a should probably read what it actually has. Got a foreword. It's got all the pieces. It has the tarot card piece they did. You know, this is great television, watching me look at a book, right? I will leaf through it and show you. The other thing they contributed at this level got choice of a print. He's really good as far as doing prints of his work as well, which makes the images available at a much more reasonable price point. Although he's still relatively young in his career, I mean, so his work is not staggeringly expensive. But this is the piece. This is the piece that I thought was the most remarkable of this whole of the whole exhibit. It's called The Appeal, and just the composition, the way the figures flow together, both in their the outlines and the way they are depicted. I thought this was one of the most remarkable pieces I think he's done yet. Anyways, so this is what I got, but they also upgraded because, like I said, they because everybody won when they were able to upgrade the things. So this is a David Stoupakis. I don't have any David Stoupakis prints. I'm sorry. I now have one David Stoupakis print, and here's another nice Menton piece. You know, and I think I don't know if I've actually said this before, but Menton may not be my favorite painter, but I think he's one of my favorite artists in the way that he is demystifying how art happens in this time now. He's trying every single avenue of ways of communicating with folks who might like his images. He's got a Patreon. He's got he does at least 2 podcasts. He does Transgression with David Stoupakis and Damien Eccles. He's got this other one that you can only get if you're a supporter of his Patreon, called The Art of Memory. He does Periscope frequently. He does neat little giveaways on that that I've never been able to get all the parts of. Where he'll give like a word or a letter, and if you can spell the whole thing out, you get a discount on the prints. He's found ways of working it. Big Cartel. So like I said, he's demystified high art, as in art as such as the stuff you put on your wall. That's really a really intriguing thing to make. Not creating interesting images, which he does, but also just making it a normal thing. He's just a normal dude. He's also doing tattoo stuff. Oh, did I mention? I didn't mention this, but he also opened a gallery in downtown Chicago called Ars Memoria. They just had their opening show last month, and they're going to keep their shows open for enough time that you can actually travel to Chicago and see their stuff. This was a great collection of all sorts of folks across the quote dark art spectrum. I can't believe that the Chet Zar piece has not sold yet. Seriously? He got contributions for that show. Across the globe. I thought I saw something in there from Europe. I'm not sure. But I didn't go to Chicago. I didn't see the thing. But he's got a Big Cartel website, arsmemoria.bigcartel. So you can see each of the images. You can buy them. That's another great way of democratizing high art. It makes it so you don't have to be in some fancy location. You can be wherever you are, as long as you got some kind of a credit card and some kind of a internet device, so you could talk to them and buy art. You don't have to have that crap from IKEA or from Target on your walls. You can have stuff that that satisfies that dark little niche in your heart. So anyways, this was a fantastic book. I will leaf through so you can see a little better. David Stoupakis is a remarkable figurative painter. I think he's got his career is a little bit longer than Menton's. He was featured, I think it was in High Fructose. I hope that was right. I'll put it in the show notes, but making fun of him, and or make fun of me in the comments. This has been Dr. Leech, the Leech Doctor from DailyNightmare.com. If you like listening to me ramble about stuff that I like, subscribe, why don't you? And I try to put these out every now and then, maybe once or twice a week. It won't flood your inbox, won't waste too much of your time, but I like sharing stuff that makes me excited. Until next time.